We'll call this meeting of the Silver City Town Council to order. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nobody signed up for public input. I think they're doing that at a different location. Council comments is next, and Councilor Moronis, would you like to start?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very simple comment, and it kind of relates to what you just alluded to. Just like to point out that we are dealing with a $20+ million budget that's going to be spent in 1 year. I wish we had more participation at this meeting as opposed to a meeting dealing with a $10 million budget that's basically going to be collected over 10+ years. Outside of that, no other comments.
Thank you. Councilor Reg.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate the Copper Little League 11 and 12-year-old girls. They are in Waco, they'll be playing for regionals. And then the 15 and 16-year-old girls are playing in Louisiana. So let's hope the best for them. That's all.
Thank you. Councilor Cook.
No comment.
Thank you. Councilor Bettison.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to let everybody know that there are two MRAC mural project dedications coming up. One is this Saturday at 12 noon at Penny Park. It's the entrance to Penny Park. It looks really nice. And the second one is the following Saturday on August 3rd at 12 noon at the 12th Street Bridge, the Agua es la Vida in WNMU mural. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none, the agenda is approved, and we'll move to item number 7, approval of minutes of the regular meeting of July 9th, 2013.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Bettison.
I move that we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 9th, 2013.
Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 9th, 2013. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is under reports, and we'll start with the Silver City Arts and Cultural District Director's Report by George Julian Doran. George?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Thank you for allowing me to present to you. You want me to use that? Check. Hello? Okay. Mayor, Council, thank you for allowing me to present to you this evening on behalf of Arts and Cultural District and Tourism. I want to, first of all, thank you. I've not stood before you since the awarding of the lodger's tax, and I want to thank you specifically and the lodger's tax committee on behalf of Arts and Cultural District for entrusting us with the stewardship of lodger's tax money. We will respectfully steward the finances and to the best of our abilities promote Silver City and the surrounding area. I have put in front of you a sort of a revised agenda. You received an agenda from me. What you see in front of you is what sort of a format that I hope to expand upon and present to you on a quarterly basis. It is a Silver City tourism and surrounding area report card by the numbers. This will be our first round of experimentation with this, and I look forward to any input from the council as well as the community on what additional metrics we might look at as we go forward on this type of a report. I have some of those ideas ideas that I will also maybe address, but I will keep this as brief as possible, 3 months condensed into 10 minutes or less. First of all, what you see here is I will always attempt to give you the advertisement placements. And so in the last quarter of the fiscal year, we placed 31 ads in 17 venues. Those included American Birding, Clay Times, American Birding Online, Desert Exposure, Desert Leaf, El Paso Scene, Elevation Outdoors, Gila Region Community News Online, Glenwood Gazette, Grant County Beat, Local IQ, New Mexico Magazine Online, Texas Monthly, Old West Trails and New Mexico Traveler, Zocalo Magazine, San Vicente Artist Guide, and Big Blend Radio Online. From some of our advertising that does still have reply cards, we received 431 direct leads. Those were generated from Sunset Magazine, which produced 87 leads, Texas Monthly, 238, Travel 50 and Beyond, 64, and we received 42 requests for information at the visitor center that we, on all of these, responded with a direct mail piece of the visitor's guide. In addition, we have, in the fourth quarter, we were involved in a variety of initiatives and partnerships. You'll see here by the numbers, we applied for and received $20,000 from New Mexico Tourism for the co-op grant, which is $20,000 down from the previous year. We're very excited, however, to be partnering up again with the New Mexico True campaign, and we've already started, we're already underway with the designs for that. We did, in fact, however, make up some of that in the next item, which is the $30,000 that we received as a collective with the New Mexico Arts and Cultural District co-op grant, where 5 of us applied to receive matching funds of $30,000 to promote the Arts and Cultural District statewide. I just got back from a collaborative meeting in which I presented in Taos to the other arts and cultural districts, and Silver City is playing a lead role in helping to put together that marketing campaign. It's going to include advertising, print advertising, rack cards, a collective website, as well as advertising in the Albuquerque airport of our festivals. I'm also promoting to the arts and cultural districts, part of our collaborative effort be that we begin actually doing more as community effort, and that is museum to museums and libraries to libraries and festivals to festivals, artist communities to artist communities, poet laureate exchanges. We even discussed maybe a mayor exchange for a week. So we're exploring other ideas. No, but other communities, we're trying to get rid of their mayors. But the idea being that if we promote, if we just market our communities, but we don't really collaborate people to people and create other means by which our communities are working together, the marketing really doesn't stand on its own, but that we really, there's more we can do beyond that. Another wonderful initiative that we were involved with was the Clay Arts Trail, New Mexico Arts funded, and NEA, and from that we identified 71 clay sites in the Ford-County area. We have the next county over also asking to participate in the future so that this Clay Arts Trail might expand to 5 counties and be the start of something that will be statewide, that was also discussed at the ACD meeting as a wonderful way to promote cultural tourism. And then the next item on there you see is 100-plus images and counting. Part of the fourth quarter initiative was to begin an image library, and we started with downtown and are expanding out, working with a local photographer to build a repository of images for advertising as well as for media distribution. I'll share some of those with you at the next quarter meeting. We'll do some projection of a PowerPoint so you can see some of what we're producing. In terms of media attention in the fourth quarter, we had plus or minus 18 of our local stakeholders and citizens that were interviewed on 3 shows of Big Blend Radio at the end of June. We identified one article that was recently published in the AAA Arizona magazine, High Roads, and we had an international blogger come through Silver City, part of New Mexico True, the Earth Explorer International, and he took pictures around town and posted those on his international blog site. In this area of media attention, it's difficult for us to find all of these things, so I invite again everyone to put it to our attention when you see an article or something online regarding Silver City, and it would be nice that we could bring that to the whole community's attention. So I invite everybody to participate in looking out for Silver City in that regard. In terms of silvercitytourism.org, you'll see here that we had 11,097 unique visitors. 76% of them were new. They, on average, visited 3.5 pages. 49,115 pages were viewed. Their average time on the site was 3 minutes. Top 10 cities: Albuquerque, Phoenix, Tucson, El Paso, Santa Fe, Las Cruces, Dallas, New York, and Los Angeles. 112 views of, we did a unique campaign with New Mexico Magazine Online as well as Grant County Beat, where we created unique landing pages that sent them not to silvercitytourism.org, but to a very specific landing page so that we could metric these ad placements specifically. In this case, the New Mexico Magazine Online yielded 121 referrals and Grant County Beat 59. This is something we'll experiment with more to see how and where we can gather additional metrics outside of Silver City Tourism being the only landing page. The next area that I think is really important is that we've begun ACD to collaborate with the local attractions, including the visitor center, to identify on a quarterly basis what kind of attendance we're seeing. At the visitor center, there was, all of these numbers are really wonderful to report. At the visitor center, there was a 12.5% increase of visitation over the previous year. That's 4,670 visitors counted versus 4,151 visitors of the previous year. The Gila Cliff dwellings reported an increase of 11.7%. That was 9,451 visitors for the quarter versus 8,459 visitors from the previous year. The Silver City Museum, wonderfully, reported an 18.5% increase over the previous year. That was a total of 3,451 visitors this past quarter versus 2,910 the previous. And the Western New Mexico University, also an 8% increase. That's 1,970 visitors over the previous year, 1,824 visitors. The catwalk, unfortunately, has not been able to metric their visitation, as in the past. They've done that by charging per car, and right now it's free, and they've had their ups and downs, but I am in conversation with them so that going forward, we'll be able to also hopefully report from the catwalk. I think that I'd like to see this expanded to include lodgers, to find ways outside of lodgers tax to perhaps look at occupancy rates. It's something that I'm starting to partner around. Also, maybe either through gross receipts or again through partnership, looking at employment rates for tourism-related businesses, that including restaurants, and maybe even looking at where either through gross receipts or for partnerships with the restaurants, looking at quarterly reports there. And of course, I'm open to any other areas that we might metric to get some sort of a regular report card on what tourism looks like on a quarterly basis. The last thing I want to put out for you is upcoming, just to give you a sneak preview of what I'll be reporting on next quarter. We are going into a website update that will take us a couple of months, but we are partnering up with the community also to update and improve on the content of the website and looking at how that will drive our optimization through the search engines. Already seeing results for that, and I'm looking forward to reporting that. Also, we've placed our first ad of the quarter, which is based on our calendar campaign. I have a sample of it here. This went in El Paso, into the El Paso publication, and I've spoken of it before, but basically we are on a regular basis doing a calendar sidebar of events and festivals that will allow readers to see upcoming events in Silver City so that they can plan ahead. We invite them to go to the website to plan their next trip, and we look at year-round festivals, events, and endless outdoor recreation. We invite them to begin their trip at the Silver City Visitor Center. We're the gateway, of course, to the Gila National Forest, and we're promoting that we have a historic downtown, great lodgings, restaurants, galleries and shops, museums, and over 40 murals. I'll pass that around as well. And then you'll also hear from me next time on a to-do promotion that we're just kicking off and sort of finalizing, of looking at 101 things to do in Silver City and an advertising campaign to promote the idea that you might want to stay an extra day because there's so much to do here. And lastly, I want to invite everybody to the upcoming Clay Festival that kicks off this week and goes for a week. Sign up if you haven't already for wonderful workshops. There's great lectures. There's a poker tournament, fundraiser, gala events, music, and so forth. So if you go to clayfestival.com, sign up now or call over to the Arts and Cultural District, and we'll be happy to sign you up for an event. That is my report, Mayor, Council. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Any questions? Very well.
Thank you.
Thanks. Just want to see that. Staff reports, Mr. Brown.
Mayor, Council, just the only one report I have is that we received, we finally got the new sound system equipment for this room. So Bob will be working with the county in the next few weeks to have it all installed.
Anita? Ann? Chief?
Mayor, City Council, just one quick plug. This weekend, I'm not sure when this is going to be aired, we have going on Battle of the Badges Blood Drive, which will be at Walmart. United Blood Services is putting this on. We'd like to get as many people out there. They're trying to shoot for 100 units of blood. It's a 3-day event. Friday starts tomorrow from 2 to 6, Saturday 9 to 2, Sunday 10 to 2. So what we're looking to do is try and get as many people out. You can also vote for your favorite department. The departments involved in it are the police department, fire department, and the Grand County Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
We're going to see you bleed?
I'm sorry?
Are we going to see you bleed?
Yes, we are. I'm going to be doing this.
That may be worth it. I'll have an ambulance. Chief? Thank you. Next up on the agenda is new business, approval, disapproval of 3 public celebration permit applications for the 5th annual Picomania sponsored by Members Regional Arts Council, September 14th to the 15th, 2013, at Goff Park, Silver City, New Mexico. Liquor license holders are High Desert Brewing Company, license number 6801 at 1201 West Hadley Avenue, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Number 2, Little Toad Creek Brewing, license number 67021 at 1122 Highway 35, Members, New Mexico. Number 3, Little Toad Creek Distillery, license number 63004 at 1122 Highway 35, Members, New Mexico.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm Linda Gray, the office manager at the Members Region Arts Council, and we are happy to announce that we are going to be having our 5th annual Picomania, September 13th to 15th. We have submitted to you the applications for the special permits to have the celebration in the park with all the things that we need. And if you have any questions after reviewing the material, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor.
I move for approval of 3 public celebration permit applications for the 5th annual Picomania sponsored by Members Region Arts Council, September 14th through the 15th, 2013, at Go Park, Silver City, New Mexico. Liquor license holders are 1, High Desert Brewing Company, license number 6801 of 1201 West Hadley Avenue, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Number 2, Little Toad Creek Brewing, license number 67021 of 1122 Highway 35, Members, New Mexico. And number 3, Little Toad Creek Distillery, license number 63004 of 1122 Highway 35, Members, New Mexico.
Mr. Mayor, I second the motion as stated.
There's a motion and a second to approve as read. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second to approve as read twice tonight, and I will not read again. The 3 public celebration permits, and being no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Linda. The next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2013-27, final quarter financial report for year ending June 30, 2013.
Councilman, we have the final quarterly report, which encompasses all the funds for the town of Silver City. It's grouped, but basically we're doing okay. Our cash flows it was tight because of if you look at the intergovernmental grants and the capital outlay funds, we had almost $900,000 in grants outstanding that needed to be reimbursed. The capital outlay grant, actually, we informed them that because of cash flow issues, they wanted us all to clear the grants before the end of the fiscal year, and so they wanted us to front the money. And so they were all right with us committing it and issuing the checks, but not spending them until our cash flow issue was a little bit better. And so The only other issue that you'll see is a little bit different is the ending cash balance for the general fund was 2,530. In the preliminary budget that I showed you, it was 500,000. That was, I was able to correct that and fix that in the final budget, because our bill for our liability coverage, our insurance, actually came in, and workers' comp came in at 120,000 less than what was budgeted, so I adjusted the budget to actual amounts. You have any questions?
Any questions, discussion? I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Counselor.
I move for approval of resolution number 2013-27, final quarter financial report for year ending June 30, 2013.
Mr. Mayor, I second the motion as stated.
There's a motion and a second to approve resolution 2013-27. Is there any discussion? There's a motion, a second, and no discussion to approve resolution number 2013-27, final quarter financial report for year ending June 30, 2013. Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Council Benson.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2013-28, a resolution amending the approved and adopted budget for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2012 through June 30, 2013, and for municipal purpose in the town of Silver City, New Mexico, transferring and appropriating funds thereof. Mr. Brown.
This is actually, we got this a little bit backwards, but so we should have adopted this first before the financial report, because the financial report has these included. But basically, what this budget adjustment does is it adjusts transfers for some new grants. It includes new grants. What it does is transfer funds to cover some projects that went over budget, so we could cover those negatives. And then the water sewers, the general fund, we increased, that's the biggest, one of the biggest ones. We increased expenses significantly, but that was due to the fact that our revenues came in significantly higher, and we did some additional spending.
Any discussion? Counselor.
Move to approve resolution number 2013-28, a resolution amending the approved and adopted budget for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2012 through June 30, 2013 for the municipal purpose in the town of Silver City, New Mexico, transferring and appropriating funds thereof.
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Did you see there's a typo on the second page of the report?
There is?
The second item from the bottom, the last word. Unless it's a foreign language. That's not Spanish.
That is
That is Japanese,
Okay. Any other discussion? There is a motion and a second, no further discussion, to approve resolution number 2013-28, a resolution amending the approved and adopted budget for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2012 through June 30, 2013, and for municipal purpose in the town of Silver City, New Mexico, transferring and appropriating funds thereof. Roll call.
Aye.
Council Cook?
Aye.
Council Ray?
Aye.
Council Miller?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2013-29, final approval of fiscal year 2013-2014 budget.
No, I just want to see that.
That's what you get for missing that spelling.
Mayor and Council, this budget that you see in front of you is basically pretty much almost exactly the same as what we brought you for the preliminary budget. The only change, like I said, major change, is the general fund. Instead of being 500, it's 400, and that was offset with the tax change. And then the beginning cash balances were all adjusted to reflect the unaudited ending cash balances. And if there was any negatives where we had less than we thought we initially did, we decreased expenses, or where we hadn't made expenses in certain grants, we increased revenue and increased expenses in those cases.
So it's basically a $28.3 million budget.
Yes, sir.
We're going to spend $26.2 million this year. Any other discussion?
Yes, sir.
Entertain a motion. Counselor.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 2013-29, final approval of fiscal year 2013-2014 budget.
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to approve resolution 2013-29. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second and no further discussion to approve resolution number 2013-29, final approval of fiscal year 2013-2014 budget. Roll call, please.
Councilor Moroni?
Aye.
Councilor Riley?
Aye.
Councilor Cook? Aye. Councilor Benson?
Aye.
Motion carries. No.
I just really wanted to thank Anita and the county staff. They did an excellent job. This was her first budget to work on, and I left her alone last week. So I really appreciate what she's done and what our staff has done.
I woke her last week when she was unsupervised.
Yeah. She was coming in on the weekends and staying late and coming early, so.
And next year she'll present it.
Yes.
Anita, you and your staff do a very, very good job, and just want you to know that we do recognize that, and we definitely appreciate the skill and dedication that you all bring to your jobs and to the town. The next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of endorsing Councilor Bedison's candidacy for the position of Director at Large of the New Mexico Municipal League Board of Directors. And Councilor Bedison has been representing the town as a board member on the Municipal League Board of Directors for several years now, and it's time for her to run again. And I would support endorsing her candidacy, which definitely gives support to her candidacy, having that endorsement. Any discussion, Councilor Bedison?
Thanks, Mayor. Thank you very much for that. I also would let folks know that I've served in the Task Force Committee, the Municipal Tax Task Force Committee. It's an ad hoc group that was put together by past president of the league, Matt White, and it's for 2 years, and we're going into our second year, and served on a number of other committees. I've attended policy and resolution committees the entire time I've been a member of the town council here, and as I was just placed on the credentials committee for the upcoming conference. So I would appreciate your endorsement. It's one of the things that actually it's looked upon in a positive light for, by those that are voting for the council members, for board members. Actually, I had that all worked out really nicely, and I've now fumbled it.
Well, you can't say task force, so I'm
And no, apparently not.
a little concerned about your participation,
Well,
but
I just say it 5 times really quickly.
you couldn't say it once. You want me to say it 5 times?
Well, it's task force.
Okay. Any other discussion? Councilor Morales?
Mr. Mayor, I had a discussion earlier, and we were talking about how Silver City is really looked upon in a favorable light across the state, especially politically. We do a lot of good work. We avoid lawsuits. We get a lot accomplished and everything else, and a lot of that's a credit to our collective effort here as a council. We work together well, and we support each other, and I think that this is very important to keep illustrating to the whole state that even if we do have real debates and we have real discussion and don't always agree, we always come to consensus, generally speaking, and work hard and support each other. And with that, I move for approval of endorsing Councilor Bedison's candidacy for the position of Director-at-Large of the New Mexico Municipal League Board of Directors.
Second.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor.
I second that.
There's a motion and a second to approve endorsing Councilor Bedison's candidacy for the position of Director-at-Large of the New Mexico Municipal League Board of Directors. Any other discussion? There's a motion and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of selection of a voting delegate and alternate to vote at New Mexico Municipal League's annual conference. And typically I'm the voting delegate, and I will not be attending this year. And I believe Councilor Bedison does plan on attending. She better if she's running for office. Are you attending, Alex? Any other staff? Okay, if you get hit by a bus on your way up there, we're in trouble.
Good Lord.
I'll go then,
Okay, Polly will go.
after.
Oh. So, we need to select a voting delegate and apparently an alternate. Yes? Okay. Does somebody want to make a motion?
Are you looking at me?
Yes.
Well, who's the alternate? Who was decided?
Pick somebody. If she gets hit by a bus, we'll get
Would you
somebody up
stop
there.
saying that? Good Lord.
The bus will drive right over your little car. Don't worry about it.
I won't know it. Thanks. This is great. That's just wonderful.
Mr. Mayor,
Counselor.
I would like to approve of selection of a voting delegate,
Yep, that's it.
of Cynthia Bedison, and an alternative. Would anybody like to stand up and be the alternative? With Mayor Marshall as the alternative to vote at the New Mexico Municipal League's annual conference.
Is there a second? I'll second it. There's a motion and a second to select Councilor Bedison as our voting delegate and myself as the alternate to vote at the New Mexico Municipal League's annual conference. Any discussion? Hearing none, there's a motion and a second selecting Councilor Bedison as the voting delegate and myself as the alternate. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now get us out of here before we do something silly. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
See my reports. We got the first bill from the CARB for the use of the solar array, and the average bill is between $26,000 and $28,000 a month for the wastewater treatment plant. The first bill with K&M and Affordable Solar was just a little over $20,000. So, and that's less than a month's worth of service, so we already saw at least a $6,000 savings.
Very good. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adjourn.
I'm not seconding anything after what he said.
There's a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.